Good morning, everyone. I am as the Deputy Prime Minister of the government side. First of all, I would like to rebut first, then come to my argument, and then I will support my first speaker. Okay, well, for the rebuttal, my first rebuttal is that the instability things. Well, they keep mentioning that if we have a general re-election, then Thailand would not be in a instability. But well, can I ask some question? Does Thailand in the unstable condition right now? So due to many problems that we are having right now, like the southern part of Thailand, the protester. So no one now proved to solve all of this problem. So what my Prime Minister said is that we are going to have a general election in order to make things clearer. Okay, well, you know that the reason why the ratios presenting nowadays, they are presenting because they're thinking that our democracy system is not clear enough. So what we need to do is that we need to prove to them all. At least it is going to get rid of the problem, the protesting problem, because, well, as we know right now, Thailand has already have enough problem. Protester, terrorism, and many things like that. So what we are going to do is that we are going to put them two sides, the PAD and the racial together. The reason why the things that have nowadays, like the Operation Dimension, is not work because it is not a neutral thing. It's the thing that comes from the prejudice. ASTV has its side, and the other channel has its side. So they didn't talk in a neutral way. What we are going to do is that we are going to put them together, debating, and find a middle way to solve the problem. What I mean by the middle way is the way we can compromise in the problem, the way that we all get the benefit from that. And so move on to my argument. My argument is that the economic boost. Economic boosting is that the consequence of having a general re-election. What I mean is that right now, Thailand is not in a good look to the other country. Why? Because there are still many people doubting about the democracy things in Thailand. So after we have proven this point, the things going to be like the international country, we look at us in a different aspect. And then after we clear the point of ambiguous in our democracy system, then we can get rid of the protester. Alright.
How do you know that getting a new government will get rid of the protester? Because if we have someone from Pheu Thai get into the government and then the rest of them can come out and protesting again.
Okay, so that is, well, as you have already mentioned, do you have any alternative way to get rid of the protester besides this way? So, as I have already mentioned, this is the best way to compromising things and to get rid of the protester so that it's going to boost the economic things in Thailand. Why? Because right now Thailand already suffered from many problems, and that the PM nowadays cannot handle things really. So we cannot reach our country by letting him go any longer. What our side is going to do is we are going to have a general re-election to clear the doubting of people and to get rid of the mob. And okay. Making a general re-election would cost money, and our side has already proven that it's worth because it's going to get rid of the problem of the protester, the red shirt, the yellow shirt. And if they have not enough, we are going to have a channel for them, a neutral channel, which they can debate together and find out the middle way to solve all of the problems that they have. And after that, I have already mentioned about the economic boost in Thailand, which means the other country will look at us with a different aspect, and they will be assured by the new general re-election, and then our economy will go better. So what time is it?
Are you claiming that the government, now the current government doesn't do their job very well, so you're going to get a new government? What if the new government doesn't do their job very well as well? Then Thailand will be worse.
So what you mean is that are you going to risk all the future of Thailand by letting him do the thing is not going to work well? What I mean is that everything has to take a risk. And by taking that risk, we need to have a general re-election. Why? Because, well, I have already presented the aspect, which means that we can get rid of the rich mobs, which will obviously take out one problem from Thailand. And after that, the PM thing is that, and after that, there will be the economic boost in Thailand because the foreigner will come and invest it more and more. Okay, so now I'm going to summarize what I have speak so far. What I have already mentioned is that I have already clarified the model of our side, and then I have already showed the point of why we need to have a general election and in order to solve the problem of what we have nowadays. And thank you.